Good morning, my leaders. Sorry for the delay. My my PowerPoint was updating. So I just picked this topic from the suggestions that were put in the group, where one of the people asked about how can we be, recruiting strangers internationally? What do we do? How do we do it? And I thought I would just share a few tips in terms of how I have been, recruiting internationally. I've built a team in Mozambique, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and I just want to share a few tips in terms of how I've been doing that. So the first thing, forgive my voice if it sounds a bit hoarse. I'm still recovering from the flu, but I hope you can hear me clearly. So, the first thing is if you are going to be recruiting internationally, it means you are mostly going to be using social media. But another tool that I haven't added here of being able to recruit internationally is to make friends with people from different countries in the country that you are in. For example, I am staying in South Africa. You would find maybe in your workplace or if you are at school, you meet other people from different countries. Connect with them, make friends with them, because they can then introduce you to other people that are in their countries. So how I built my team in Swaziland, I had a very beautiful lady that I was working with at the time. She was from Swaziland, and I spoke to her, and she was interested in the business. And then from that, she started to then say, no, I have a cousin who's in Swaziland, I know a friend who's in Swaziland. And that's how we actually started branching out into Swaziland and building the team there. So yes, you are going to mostly be building your team via social media, but there are also people that you know in your day to day that are coming from different countries, and that can actually help you to enter such markets. Because one of the challenges that people have when you want to build internationally, which is something that I also faced when I was trying to build in Mozambique, is language. Sometimes you can't explain things properly. Not everyone understands English at some people, their first language, like in Mozambique, the main language there is Portuguese, and there are very few people that understand English. And even when they understand, it's not really 100% that they will understand all the concepts, because sometimes they just understand the basics. So when you want to build in other countries, it's very good for you to then make friends with people from those countries, because then they can help you to bridge the language gap. Because it's one thing for you to market and get the prospects. I used to do that. I would run Facebook ads. I get a lot of people that respond, a lot of people that are interested, but we would lose each other on the language, because now you're trying to explain in English. They are not getting you 100%. And also, there is not always that trust, because I think, a lot of people these days have been scammed a lot from social media, from people that say they are doing this business and that business, buy your combo, and then all of that, especially countries where the product center is not in that country. One, you don't speak the language. Now you are also telling them, no, but we don't have a product center in Mozambique. You have to order via South Africa. So do your order online or send your money to the Forever account. Already they start to, lose trust. They start to be suspicious, But if you find people that are from that country, then they can help you to relay the message in a way that these people are going to understand you. So, in as much as you're going to do social media, I will always say find a friend, a colleague that is in that country that you want to build, help them understand the business, and they don't even have to join. Sometimes they might not be interested in the opportunity, but they can refer people, they can help you with with translation, because how it started with Mozambique is we just had one guy when we went there. He was taking us around, and then when we were speaking, you speak in English and he's translating for us in Portuguese, helping us out, and people start to understand, oh, this is what they're saying. We gave him the catalog, we helped show him the products, then he started translating and explaining in Portuguese. Then people were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So you find yourself explaining, and sometimes people won't understand you. So my biggest number one is make friends with people from that country, connect with them, get them into the business or into the product. If they are not interested, you can work out a scenario where they just assist you with the translation and getting the message across, because they are able to build more trust with the people there than you would, because you are just a stranger on social media. You don't speak the language. You are also telling me the center is not there, I must send money. It becomes suspicious. But the second part is, if you are building internationally, most of the times you would have to use social media, because that's the best way to reach people that are not in your country. On my side, I traveled. I used to travel a lot. I would go to Swaziland, I would go to Mozambique. When I just think of a country to say I want to build here, I would try and save up and travel. But that is it's very costly, and not everyone will afford. But for those that have the means, for those that have jobs where they are traveling a lot, then it makes it easier for them to connect with people, because then they are seeing you as well face to face rather than on social media. But if you're going to be using social media, the first thing is, like we always say in the 5 a.m. session, make sure that you keep your social media page clean, because once you inbox people, the first thing they are going to do is view your profile. And, like the other day, I was trying to speak to this lady. She's an influencer in Mozambique, because these days that is my focus. That's the country that I'm building in. And, there is an advantage to building in other countries, because when you look at South Africa, where I am, it's like literally almost everyone I know knows someone who sells forever, or an auntie who does forever, or they are in forever, they just buy the product. So it becomes so difficult to build, because then you say, no, my aunt is selling this, I already get aloe vera from there. Oh no, my colleague is. So then you start building internationally. And I saw this lady from Mozambique. Then I wanted to text her. I actually did text her. I went to ChatGPT. I said to myself, you found an influencer in Mozambique. You want to text her about collaborating and all of that. Then I sent her a message, and I went through her profile. She's a business person, corporate, into women empowerment events. And a few minutes later, I then realized, no, I've been posting stuff on my wall that is not, business. And this lady, if she goes to my profile and she looks through it, she's just gonna not take me serious. She's going to think, this child, because I realized it's something that I had to learn to say there are different platforms and you post different things on different platforms. So I would take like the TikTok trends that are happening and I create a video on TikTok. Then I also take that video, I post it on Instagram. And on my Instagram page, I'm trying to use it for recruiting. I'm trying to use it, to approach people. And some of these jokes, if someone looked at my TikTok profile on with those jokes, it would be nice. They'll be like, oh, this lady, she's so creative, it's fun, it's everything. But if a professional was looking at this Instagram page that I'm using for recruiting and there are these useless jokes, then it wouldn't look. So I had to go and delete those posts one by one. And I'm like, oh, I hope she hasn't seen this before I deleted it. And I was so happy because yesterday she actually did reply. She gave me her phone number and her email address and asked me to set up a meeting. So what I'm just trying to say is when you are building on social media, be wary of those things. What platform are you using and what type of content appeals to the people on that platform? If you are going to be wanting to attract people that are business, people that are serious, then your profile also needs to look, proper. So before you even start thinking, what do I post? How do I inbox them? Go and clean up your profile. That applies to Facebook, it applies to even your LinkedIn and all of that. Do the clean up because the moment you inbox these people, they are coming to your profile. And sometimes you can disqualify yourself by just having one silly post. Okay, so the top tools for international prospecting. I hope I have people in the in the meeting. Just let me know in the chat that you are there. The first tool that I use is LinkedIn. This is after the training that Leader Lucky gave us last year. I never knew that you could actually prospect on LinkedIn. But I think Leader Lucky did a whole extensive training on that. And when you are on those profiles, the first thing is you use filters. Filter by country, you can filter by the industry and the job title, depending, of course, on your target market. If you are focused on professionals and entrepreneurs, then LinkedIn is the place to be. So what I do, because I love working with the corporate ladies. So I've been trying to boost my LinkedIn profile. I look for professionals or women that are in businesses, running businesses. Then I start sending them like the option to connect, to request to connect with them on the LinkedIn. So you would find people from different countries, people that are looking for jobs and all of that, people that are working, but also the income is not enough. That's where you find them. They are working, but they are looking for a higher job. They are looking for a promotion there. So I go on LinkedIn and then I filter. I can search by country to say, okay, I'm building in Mozambique. Let me filter for Mozambique. Then I filter by profession. For me, I normally filter for accountants because then, it's people that can relate to me and my story. You can do the same if you're looking for professionals in your industry. So that is LinkedIn. There isn't much about LinkedIn, but you just send personalized requests to connect. If you are going to be doing this from LinkedIn, make sure that your profile is professional because LinkedIn is for professionals. It's not the platform where you post yourself in a tank top and jeans and all of that. It's a platform for serious people. So when you connect with people, when you post, just be aware of such things, the kind of videos that you post. This is where you post the business meetings, when you've had a meeting with your team, you've had a presentation, you can post those kind of things. When you've had success day and people are being recognized for their move ups, those are the type of posts that you put on LinkedIn, because there are a lot of working professionals on those platforms and they don't get the recognition at work. Now you are showing them you have this company that you're working with, and people get to go on stage and be recognized for the hard work that they have done. You are showing them that you are actually running a team, you host presentations. That is the professional side of the business. So that is how you recruit on LinkedIn. And if you're doing it internationally, then you can just filter by the country where you want to promote your business or your products. Then there is Facebook. On Facebook, if you want to recruit internationally, there's the advantage of having groups. Facebook has Facebook groups that you can join. There are groups for hustlers, there are groups for entrepreneurs, there are groups for expatriates. There are a lot of groups that you would find on Facebook. Then you just search based on the country that you want. Zimbabweans in UK, or women in business Kenya. Then you join those groups. And once you are a member of the group, don't just join the group and start inboxing people. Start adding value to the group first, so that you attract the attention of people. By the time you are going to their inbox, they already know who you are. So let's say I've joined a group for women in business South Africa. What do I do? Someone posts a business related post, comment, contribute, like. Maybe there's no one who posted anything today. Post a motivational quote. Don't just get added into the group already you are posting your presentation poster. No, contribute first in the groups, be seen commenting, maybe sharing a little bit of motivation, nothing related to forever. What that does is it makes you sort of like a top contributor in the group. Now, when you put your posts and all of that, people are actually able to see them and engage. But if you are added today, tomorrow you are already saying join network marketing, do this, do that, then it's not gonna end well for you, because then people are not gonna take you serious. It will just be, oh, so she joined this group to recruit us. But if you contribute and now you start looking at the members, you are checking the ones that are active, the ones that actually reply and post in that group, then you start going to their inbox. Hi, I liked your post yesterday, looking forward to connecting with you. What is it that you do? Those kind of things. And then you start the conversation. So that is how you recruit internationally on Facebook. Most of the time you use the groups. You can also create ads or adverts. Sorry, you can create adverts that are targeted at people in specific countries. So it gives you the option to select the location. Let's say, like now, there's a success day for East Africa that is happening in Tanzania, and I am in South Africa, but I want to recruit because I know there are going to be people there from Kenya, there are going to be people from different countries, Rwanda and all of that. So I can actually invite people to attend that success day. So what that means is I would go on my Facebook, then I would, create a post and then promote it. But when I promote it, I will select people in Tanzania to see the post, and then that means they are closer, they are able to attend, they can go there and attend the event. Another way is because I'm in the group for women in business in Tanzania, I can then create a post in that group to say, hi guys, we have this event that is happening in your area. Feel free to, come through and experience how we recognize people in my company. They go there. The nice thing, every success day, there's always a business presentation that happens as well. So they are able to go there, feel the vibe, see how many people are doing the business, and connect with the business itself. So join Facebook groups, interact with people in the groups, approach people in the groups one by one, like you start inboxing them. Then when you are using Instagram, normally it's the hashtags when you post. So you're posting a video about Success Day in South Africa. They've been sharing videos this past week where they say 1 day to go, 3 days to go, those kind of videos. When you post them as reels on your Instagram page, then you can put the hashtags of the countries that you want to recruit in, and then they are able to also see the post. Engage with business profiles or content creators in target countries. This is one thing that I've started to do, because I've realized that yes, I post a lot, but my following is very small. Very few people see or interact with my post. So if you want to build globally, you have to start now looking at the content creators and the influencers in those countries, because they are able to pull the crowd. Approach them, from my side. How I approach them is I approach them from the side of, number one, you have a following, we have a product. You could actually promote this product to your followers, and then they can purchase. I show them to say you can create an online store link, so that when you promote your products, you share the link with your followers, and they can use the link to purchase the products, and then you are going to be paid your profit. Some of them are not interested in they themselves being the business person, like they joining forever, but they are very open when you start telling them you have the opportunity to make commission, for every person that signs up. This is how the company is going to pay you, so they can actually then start marketing the business for you, or the products, especially our skincare range, the collagen. You can actually get influencers to promote those kind of products, and once they do that, then they are making the commission, but also it's boosting in terms of CCs because they are making the sales. So engage with people like that. Engage with people that are into events and women empowerment. You will see a lot of the times women and men empowerment, guys. I'm sorry, it's just that my focus is mostly women, so I always forget. Women and men and youth empowerment, everyone who is for the benefit of people, go approach them. Those people are always open when you tell them to say, I have this opportunity that, people can actually use to build income. Approach them from the side of, people are struggling with finding jobs. We have a lot of youth and people that are educated, but they can't get jobs, and this is an opportunity for them to make income for themselves. They are open to hearing things like that. So you want to build in Dubai. Look for influencers in Dubai, approach them, show them the business, show them the products, how they can market them and introduce them to their network, because those are the people that will pull the crowd for you. Where it might take you forever, they can actually assist. So for me, that is Instagram. I do the same with Facebook as well, the Facebook influencers, but I've seen uh the quality is different. Most of the Facebook influencers, when I approach them, they are more about um pay me, then I advertise your profile on my page. They don't normally look, in terms of long term, in terms of, I can sign up, commission, but you can do it on all the platforms. Then another one is your WhatsApp and Telegram. I think this is something that this is something that Leader Yolandi trained on, to say WhatsApp now has community groups. You can also even create channels on WhatsApp. So you can have a channel for your international people. I've seen, like, on the statuses, you can also join other channels. There are groups like Careers in Canada. There are groups like you know um Zimbabweans in Canada, Zimbabweans in UK, all those kind of groups. They are now actually available on your WhatsApp channels. So you can actually join those communities on WhatsApp, and you can also create your own community groups on WhatsApp. You can use links for the catalogs, links for the website, so that people are able to connect with you. And this is good for building using your warm prospect list, or people that already know and follow you. Okay. Another thing that I forgot to mention here on the Instagram and Facebook, one thing that has been working for me is have a page, a team page. So this is something that you can also introduce, maybe in your teams that you are from. I know it's not just Team Unstoppable that does the 5 a.m. session. You can actually have a team page, and a team page is where you post activities that you and your team are doing, and you will use the hashtags of your team, and you have the different people in your team speaking and doing videos. So we have, like, maybe catch up with Team Unstoppable, and today maybe it's just a video of a motivational video from someone in Kenya. Tomorrow it's a video from someone in Brazil. Tomorrow it's UK. And then when there are things like Success Day, you are posting. When there are move ups, you are posting on that team page. What that does is, it attracts a lot of people. And if ever you are prospecting, you can actually direct people to say, this is our team page. You can go and check out, what we are doing as a team. So a team page is not an individual page. It doesn't promote one person. It shows the team, and you will be showing your prospects that, in as much as I am from South Africa, I'm actually already working with people that are in Kenya. I'm working with people that are in Tanzania. And then they see you as someone who's also building internationally. And then you would also find, when you are approaching people from different countries, I used to say, hi, how are you? Na 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 in English. And then I realized I don't get as much responses. So I just wanted to let you know about this Google and ChatGPT, which I'm sure you already know. You can actually use it to tailor make messages in the language that the other person will understand. So when I'm prospecting in Portuguese, tomorrow I'll actually share, like, screenshots and everything as a continuation, because we are out of time for today. But what I do, I try to make the message in the other person's language, so that they can also see I've made an effort to actually approach them in a language that they understand, but also they are more inclined to respond than when you just send them a generic message in English. So use the tools that are available to you to research about the countries, their culture, get insights, the languages, so that when you send your message, it's not just something that is generic, but you've actually tailor-made it to the person that you are going to be speaking to. You have to also understand that, there are some things that we could consider okay in our country that maybe in that other country it's not okay. So you have to understand those things if you're going to be prospecting internationally. You cannot be like just closed off to say my way is the right way and we do it like this. You have to be open to learning how they do their things, what are they interested in, how do they dress, what type of foods do they eat, because that allows you to be able to connect with those people. Because we are only left with 3 minutes, I will end here, and then tomorrow, because I done like some scripts that you can then use to approach people, and I done a few screenshots from my interactions with people so that we can learn from those. But I think we'll do that in tomorrow's session. Let me know what is it that you learned, if at all you learned anything. Let me know in the chat. I've also allowed participants to be able to unmute. So you can also unmute and share what you learned.